Okay, guys, welcome to the very first episode of
We Everywhere, baby!
starring Nadia
And OMar. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today?
Except we're not everywhere. We're nowhere, baby. We're on the couch, baby.
I think we should probably start that way. So we wanted to do a podcast called We Everywhere, baby, and it was about everywhere that we were going to go, right? Because we had this huge calendar filled with things that we were going to do, places we were going to go. So we thought, what was the best way to do that so that everybody can, experience it with us and have a good time, get some input. So we were going to do this podcast, but then, of course, COVID hits. And now...
Dun, dun, dun. Guys, Omar planned the most fabulous trip to Amsterdam for my birthday.
Yeah.
And which was in April 4th. And we didn't get to go, and it was one of the most devastating things I've ever experienced in my life. Because, I mean, first of all, like, my experiences in Europe happened when I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
And I went with my family. So, you know how that goes. That's
right.
Not the same. I'm not really an adult yet. Like, you're 18, you're with your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who am I going to hang out with? I can't do anything. So we went to Spain, and we went to France, and we went to Iran.
Okay.
But that was it. So this was going to be my first European trip, let alone with a boyfriend. Because, the ex never took me nowhere.
I mean, it's crazy. It was gonna be so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything that, so I've been to Amsterdam 4 times, maybe 5.
Jeez. He's a pro.
Yeah, I've just been lucky. Like
He
my
likes the
brother
hookers.
used to work for an airline. Like we used to get fried benefits, so it was great.
Fried benefits?
Fried benefits. They came with an egg and bacon every time I took a trip. I was like, oh, these fried benefits are fire.
Oh my god.
But it came with that, so I ended up going to Amsterdam a couple of times, which is great. So I already had this mental map in my mind of where I was going to take you. It's like, okay, I know where the hotel is. From there, we can walk here to this coffee shop. Here, there's where this awesome pancake spot is at. Just all kinds of cool stuff. There's obviously the canal tours. You can go check out the windmill. I mean, it was endless, the amount of stuff I had.
He's been this many times, and yet nearly every day leading up to until we found out we couldn't go,
right.
You were like researching more shit, and you don't even research shit. That's how excited, that's how gassed you were to go.
I was gassed because you know what? Okay, and I don't know if anyone out there has this, but I almost enjoy watching someone else enjoy something that I know is awesome. Yeah. Rather than myself enjoying it.
Oh,
it's like one of the
sweet. That's the nicest thing you've ever said.
Well, it's kind of like one of those things where
it's like you see the twinkle and fascination and excitement in their eyes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if we watch a movie, and you're always like, oh, you've seen every movie,
right? And
I was like, I don't care about watching them again. And it's not because I want to watch the movie again. It's because I want to watch your reaction to the parts of the movie that I know are awesome. So that's
and this is when I know that I'm fucking up, is because when I look down at my phone or I don't pay attention, and then I see your eyes on me, and then I hear the huffing and the puffing, and you're like, I'm like, oops, I was supposed to pay attention to that part.
I'm like, oh.
You get so mad.
I was like, you missed Keanu Reeves saying whoa.
You missed Nicolas Cage say something amazing.
You missed Nicolas Cage. He was about to yell.
Guys, Omar is in love with Nicolas Cage.
I think Nicolas Cage is hilarious. He's one of my favorite actors. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He goes for it. It's called swinging for the fences.
Yeah, he really does go for it. He's hella dramatic. By the way, I wore my happy hour shirt, and we're drinking.
We are drinking.
We're drinking. Guys, this is our new obsession, one of them. It's Cutwater. They are not sponsoring us because nobody knows who we are.
No, exactly. So they can't sponsor the unknown. So if that's the case, then,
Yeah, until we get famous, everything we stand for is accurate. No, I'm just kidding.
I think every episode we should start it with who we're not being sponsored.
Yeah.
Be like, this episode is not being sponsored by Folgers.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, this Cutwater, we got it at Trader Joe's, but they carry it everywhere, and they have different flavors. And the one that we always get and drink is the margarita one. And this little baby has 12.5% in it. So you literally need 2 and you're good. Like, I'm sipping on this watered down one, and I'm already feeling like, woo!
I mean, it's good.
It's good.
Well, here's
it's
the
really
thing.
good.
Here's the thing. Back to like how the reason that we're not going anywhere is because of COVID, right? Nobody can travel, especially if you live in the U.S. You can't go anywhere. But a lot of people are drinking now.
Oh yeah.
Because there's not much to do.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we've been drinking more. At least not dangerously more. But I definitely think we're finding new stuff.
I think we're drinking more.
You think so?
Yeah.
Is it a problem that I don't recognize that we're
Yes,
drinking more?
absolutely.
Oh, no.
Because Omar has a 9-to-5 job, so for you, Friday, Saturday is your thing. You know, well, actually,
I'm working for the weekend.
I shouldn't even say that because you live our lifestyle, and when I say our lifestyle, I mean like us freelancers that have no Monday through Friday schedule.
Right.
You know, we got me, Nas, Aaron, Miguel, Nick. I mean, everybody is in this. Nigel. And so you're the only one, and we've definitely had parties on like a Thursday where you go to bed at like 4 a.m. and wake up at 7 and go to work.
Yeah. The problem is that I should already be there at 7.
I hope your boss doesn't listen to our podcast. That's so true. Like 7:20, I'm like, babe.
I mean,
babe.
the FOMO is so real sometimes. Well, it's hard because if there's a kick-ass event or something that's going on, you know, because we happen to have a lot of friends in the music industry and just a bunch of different stuff. So there's always something cool happening, or there used to always be something cool happening.
Our old life.
Yeah, so it's like I'm not gonna miss that. Like if I don't have to sleep that night, I won't sleep that night.
Yeah.
I mean, I've paid the price, but I rather.
I agree.
I don't know. I guess it's burning the candle at both ends.
No, but we suffer from severe FOMO.
Yeah.
We do.
Like,
we suffer from it.
I
suffer from it.
And more so now, again, that we're not able to do anything.
Okay, so speaking of that, okay, this is happening to me right now.
Okay.
That I'm feeling this new form of FOMO, because obviously before the FOMO, I always got FOMO, but because I just like to have a good time and I like being with people and I don't want to miss out on anything, right? So now that we're in COVID, you and I are pretty like we stay home. We don't go anywhere really.
Right.
Like we've taken like 2 trips, but with a small group of people to Palm Springs in a house, but that's it. We literally go to the store and that's it. I don't go anywhere else. I've taken a few clients here and there, but like we don't go to restaurants, nothing. So my friend had her birthday and they rented this big house in Palm Springs, like this huge ranch. And they invited, you know, a good portion of people that I can't really track or vouch for. I don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm not really comfortable going. She didn't even ask me though. Let's get to that. She didn't even ask me, but because she knew that I didn't want to be around people, so I get it. But it's a different form of FOMO now because I still have the FOMO. I watch their stories and I'm sad that I'm not there.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, I can't do it. I don't feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
So it's this weird mind fuck that's happening to me now.
Right. Well, it's hard to process it because it's so. Everybody has a breaking point, right? And it's like, I can't take it, and then that's why you see some people who broke immediately, and they're like, I don't care, I'm gonna be going to the beach, and I'm gonna be doing whatever I want. And then there's people who are holdouts. A little bit like us, we're like, okay, we have to do something. So we create an event with people that we trust, but we had to get tested and all this stuff. So it's like, it was a bit of a hassle, but that gave us some kind of release. But you can't just continuously do that.
Right.
And then you can't expect your friend to tell their friends to, get tested because you don't like it. So it's like a weird it's really it's tough in these streets, guys. It's hard to have like a decent outing, if you will, you know? I mean,
without even having an anxiety attack about it, because like then I just keep thinking about shit. I'm like, should I be hugging this person? Are we passing blunts? Are we sharing blunts? What's happening? Like, it's just so much to think about, and it's just I don't know. It's been a crazy year.
I mean, it's gotten to the point where you know, little things that I never thought about, I'm just like, oh my god, like I want to get a haircut so bad. I want to get a haircut so bad.
Do you really?
I do, because it's in that.
Because you wanted to grow your hair out.
Not really. Like, it was just to mess with you, because you're like, oh, I don't want you to have a ponytail. And I was like, I'm gonna grow it out. But
and
right
your dad has a ponytail.
My dad has a ponytail.
And he told me when we went over there the other day, he's like, they look better with long hair, right? Don't you think? I'm like,
my dad wants to twin with me.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
You, your dad, and Mark all have the same hairstyle right now.
Yeah, because we all have this COVID haircut.
So funny.
We're COVID casual right now.
Yeah, it sucks. Hey, I'm glad I got my roots in right before they closed again, so I got lucky with that. Thanks, Tiffany, very much. But yeah, I mean, I think most of all, just the freedom of not being, just not living in fear of hanging out with your friends and family. If I could just eliminate that, I would even be cool with not going out to places. You know what I mean?
Right.
And not being in public with strangers, like, fine, I can give that up totally.
Yeah, if you could trust that if you just went to your friend's house, you wouldn't give them anything and they wouldn't give you anything.
That's the only thing that literally kills me and gives me so much anxiety. So it's like, and then I start hearing things that, oh, well, the testing's not even accurate. And it's like, what the hell? Like, what do we do? I don't want to do this anymore.
But I mean, but look, all of this is essentially to say, this is why we're nowhere, baby.
So we changed the whole thing.
we should.
We're gonna change
Going nowhere with Omar and Nadia.
Yeah, sitting on the couch, baby.
I know, but here's the thing, right? So we figured, okay, if we're gonna be doing this every week, right, and we're gonna, what do we have since we can't go anywhere?
Right. What are we working
So we thought,
with?
why don't we do this? Why don't we maybe talk about like something really fun and exciting that we have done before?
Right.
You know, give that story, because we still have a ton of stuff. Just because we're not doing it doesn't mean we haven't done it already.
Right.
So that's always fun, because a lot of weird stuff happens to us, especially when we're together.
Yes. But my memory is horrible, so you're going to have to steer those conversations.
Yeah.
Be like, remember this, and then I'll have to go back in the archives.
Yeah, and I'm sure it'll be...
Dig through the cloud of smoke.
I'm sure it'll become like a back and forth, like, no, that's not how it happened. Yeah, that's how it happened. I know that's going to. So we're like, okay, let's do that. Let's also talk about...
what we're watching.
Yeah, definitely stuff that we're watching right now, because there's a lot of TV being watched. There's a lot of cooking for us. I know some people that are still not cooking. Like,
really?
Well, no, they're getting just... They're
That's
living off Postmates.
Expensive.
I don't know where they're getting that money. You know what I mean? Shouts to the people that live with their moms and like, hey, I'm just getting a home cooked meal every day.
Vince got those home cooked meals every day. But yeah, no, we've been cooking a lot. We've been doing HelloFresh for a minute to food delivery service, and so they send you perfectly portioned meals with all the ingredients ready to go, and you just cook it up, and that's been working out. We've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah. Also not sponsored by HelloFresh. And you know what? Right now, I'm glad, because they've been pissing me off lately. Look, I know that it's hard to get, you know, packages around right now. Like, everything's screwy or whatever. But, you know, when you're ordering like fresh produce, because it's not like they're showing up meals already cooked. Like, it's a box of produce. Yeah. But if it's supposed to arrive on a Monday and I don't get it till Thursday.
Remember
that produce is done.
Remember that zucchini we got and you tried to hollow out the middle? Take out the middle.
I kept trying to whittle it out. I ended up with a toothpick of zucchini. I was like, you want to split it?
The chiseled. Chiseled down.
It was the worst. So it's like, I mean, you know, and because we decided we were going to be healthy-ish.
Well, here's the thing.
You know, because, Okay. Let's start first with this. we decided that we were gonna go with the vegetarian options so that we weren't eating meat like 3 times a day. I mean,
right. We don't even eat 3 times a day.
3 times
we
a
eat
week.
like 2 meals a week. I mean, a day. Damn, imagine.
No,
What's
but
my
I meant, like,
excuse?
if it was always like like pork and beef and pork, sometimes we'd get 3 beefs or 2 porks and a chicken. It's just
we were doing the
man.
healthy, quote unquote, healthy option, right? They
Right.
have like a lower calorie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which it was lower calorie. It's lower calorie than what we're doing now.
Which? Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I started looking it up. We might have to switch.
We might have to go back because we're doing these vegetarian meals, and it's
which
like,
really
okay, great. They taste delicious. All of it's bomb. I will say that even though I'm having issues with the delivery right now, when everything arrives and we follow the instructions that are hella easy, it's really good stuff. Like even stuff that we would have never eaten before. Like I haven't eaten so much sweet potato in my life.
Yeah,
and couscous.
Yeah, exactly. They get creative with the sweet potato. Like they use it in tacos instead of meat, which I never would have thought about, and it's bomb. Damn, what was I gonna say?
Well, I think
I was gonna say about the meat. It's actually a good thing we're not getting the meat from them because imagine if they're delayed a few days. Like I don't want my meat just sitting out there.
Yeah, I mean they put the big ice packs in there.
But still.
And that's supposed to be cool. And that's great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can do.
We're like talking shit about that.
No, I'm being honest.
We actually really like that.
I'm being honest because I like it, but just the last... It's because it's happened like almost 3 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's where it becomes kind of like, okay, now what's happening?
Yeah.
You know, where's the breakdown?
Yeah.
And they're doing their best. They're packaging everything up. And it's not... It's probably not. It's most likely, obviously, not even them. It's whoever's delivering it, which let's say is UPS or whatever.
Yeah.
And that box stays in some warehouse overnight because they didn't get to it.
Right.
And
once they send it out, it's not their fault.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Which is unfortunate because I like all the food. But if this vegetarian thing that we're eating a ton of sour cream and butter and all that other stuff that they make you prepare it with is less healthy than all the options with the meat.
We might have to switch back.
I say bring it back. Let's get carnivorous.
We can just eat less meat on our own. You know?
I mean,
even though that's not what's been happening lately.
However, though, you should talk about your brand new hamburger, though.
Oh yeah.
Because
speaking of meatless,
there's no
I'm
meat
so late
there.
to the game, though. Like it's not even like, oh guys, guess what I discovered? Like this shit's been around forever. So since we've been eating less meat, I've been really playing around with like meat alternatives, right? Like Trader Joe's has meatless patties, and they got the sausages and all this stuff that's like supposed to be like meat. And most of the time, it can be a miss because you're just like, I'd rather just not even try the fake meat. But I tried the Impossible Burger from Burger King, and that shit was good.
Yeah.
I had it twice in a row. It's a huge burger too.
Yeah.
But it's really good. I was really shocked at how I couldn't really tell. Like it didn't matter to me. It almost tasted like the thin like meat at McDonald's that you're like, is this meat? I'm not sure.
Yeah, like basically everything at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Outside of the quarter pounder.
Yeah, exactly. It was like real thin like that. Well, maybe a little bit thicker, but it was like it. I don't know. It was good. I fuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's still kind of weird for me to the fact that it's like fake meat.
Yeah, but
I know that it's not. I mean, I'll eat it, but putting it as like my regular go-to. I don't know. It's weird. Like I'd rather eat like a black bean patty and be like, okay.
Why?
Because I'm not trying to fool myself that it's something else. Exactly.
Yeah, but okay,
so it's like I don't need to be fooled. Like
I understand that, but if it tastes good, it tastes good.
Well, yeah.
To me, like taste eliminates all of that other bullshit. It's like once I taste it, and if it's good, I'm gonna eat it. So. You know?
I mean, you can't argue with that.
You're
the one
you can't fight it and be like, look at this burger trying to be a burger. Like, I'm not going to eat this. Like, come on. But you secretly like it, but you can't even eat it because you're like, it's trying to be meat. Like, get over it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I fuck with it. I'll eat it. Like, I can't really be mad about it. And I think Fat Burgers had like Impossible Burgers forever.
We should just try them all. You said you had the Carl's one. You didn't like it.
I did have the Carl's one, but I had the Carl's one as a Western bacon cheeseburger, and it just didn't hold up. Like it wasn't. That's probably not the burger for it. If I had it in like a Famous Star, then it'd probably be good.
But I'm gonna say like since we've been eating less meat, I gotta really cut down on the dairy as much as I can too. That's a hard one for me because I love cheese, and I'll never give up cheese. Mark my words, I will never give up cheese. Maybe I'll take breaks, but I'll never get rid of cheese.
No, I mean I
love cheese.
I understand that. I have an uncle who's like a super vegetarian, like kind of gets in your face about it.
Who?
My dad's brother. So it's
Is
kind
Alan's
of
dad?
Yeah. So
really?
yeah, he doesn't eat like any meat.
And that's all Alan eats is meat.
But right, but he won't give up cheese.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like he's got this whole like I'm not drinking milk, I'm not doing this and this. He's like, but cheese is cheese, and I'm sorry. But so it's like I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. Like cheese is a powerful thing.
I think it's an aphrodisiac.
I mean, you get a nice like charcuterie with like a cheese, you know? Oh my god.
We haven't had that in a long time.
No.
Since your blood pressure.
I mean, whatever. What am I saving myself for?
He gets mad when I talk about his blood pressure.
They're like, take care of yourself. I was like, for what? So I could see my living room again tomorrow? Who cares?
No. There's so much more to live for. Hello? Like me.
Well, of course.
Rude.
I'll just leave you everything.
Yeah, right. You haven't even signed it over it. Your words are empty. What was I going to say, though? Oh. Well, I just think, like, when it comes to that, I think that, like, you're in charge of yourself. You make up the rules for whatever the hell you want to eat. Like, if you want to eat meat every day and then decide not to eat meat for a month, like, that's your life. You do it. It's your body. You know what I mean? So, having all these rules of, like, I don't know, like, Drew and his veganism, it's like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like, Drew freaking will eat potatoes and chips and all this other crap, but will not, he's vegan.
I mean...
And it's like, bro, you're not even eating healthy.
A loaf of bread is vegan. The loaves of bread that he eats are vegan, but I only ever see him eating loaves of bread.
I know, that's what we say.
Just like, are you being healthy or you just love bread? Like, you just, well, maybe that was his thing. He was just like, I need a reason to only eat loaves of bread.
Behold the butter. Hold the butter. But yeah, I'm sure if you're listening to this, you've already, I would imagine, have heard of Ladies Like Us. That's how you know even who I am. But yeah, Ladies Like Us came to an end. I got super sad about it. It was, it was a major bummer. And I can't, there's no like fingers to point, no, like, it's just one of those things. It's like, its time was up, we just had to end it. So, but I felt really, it's weird. I felt this like guilt and sense of responsibility now that I had people reaching out to me and saying, just the most amazing things that, thank you for sharing what you've been going through and blah, blah, blah. And, I was in a funk and I was in a depression and you guys made me laugh. I look forward every Tuesday, yada, yada, yada. It was just like, Bourbon's like choking and I'm having a moment.
Our dog is having a panic attack.
Okay, pause real quick because we should have started this whole episode about how these dogs have been shitting and farting all over the house.
I don't know if that's the way you want to start.
Shitting and farting and shitting and farting. Okay, I'm going to go back to that thought, but this is what's been happening with these dogs. We go to Omar's mom's house the other day for just like his parents and his cousin Alan decided he wanted to cook grill ribs. And so we go, and it was a meat fest.
It was.
Speaking of the fact that, I'm going to eat less meat.
Not an Impossible Burger in sight.
Oh, my God. It was pork ribs, beef ribs, steak, hot sausages, and then corn.
I gotta have a corn.
So it was like a meat fest. It was intense. It was heavy. And they were giving the dogs, like, the bones from, like, what is it, rib tips? Or what is that? Just the rib bones?
No, it's just the actual rib bone.
Yeah. But I've known that Penny can't handle it because I've given it to her before and it's messed up her stomach and she's been miserable and blah, blah, blah. I tried to say something, but nobody wanted to listen to me. And next time you better be on my side.
I will definitely be on your side.
Because all day we've been dealing with these dogs shitting all over the house.
It's been incredible.
Literally, right before we recorded, Penny unloaded hot lava in the living room. It was disgusting. And it was just, it's not been pleasant. They are not feeling good. Poor dogs.
Yeah, they've been
Barfing.
down.
Yeah. They're not
Yeah,
good.
I mean, she barfed twice.
I think more than that.
She barfed twice today. She barfed yesterday too, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't want to talk about
So
all
much
that.
barf.
It's so
We don't even
ridiculous.
have kids. But anyways, yeah, that's been our day. Dealing with that.
Absolutely.
The house smelled disgusting. I lit every candle in the house.
It was so bad.
It was so bad. But anyways, yeah, Black is King was just the visuals. So it's like based on The Lion King,
Right.
pretty much.
Well, yeah, it's like inspired, right? Inspired
Yeah.
by The Lion King.
Yeah, inspired by The Lion King. She dedicated to her son, and it's so beautiful. Like, I mean, the music's good. Some songs I'm still warming up to, but that's just how I am every time. Every time I hear a new song,
Right.
like most of the time, I hate it. Like,
You know, that's
almost
interesting.
every
We
song
should-
I hear, when I first hear it, I'm like, I don't know. Like,
we should
even
write
if it's
that
a
down.
good song.
You know what we should do? We should ask the people that listen to send in songs that they hated,
Oh, okay.
and then, but now like love.
Oh, okay. That's a good one.
That's interesting.
Okay, send us that.
Send us that.
Send us that. But yeah, so you know, I just think that, for the exception of Michael, right? Nobody else does that. She always releases, well, more recently, she releases these visual albums.
Right.
You know, and it's just done so well from top to bottom, from wardrobe to cinematography to, I mean, the makeup. Shout out to Raquel. Like, I know Raquel used to do Nas's makeup back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Raquel and Etienne.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Raquel did Nas's makeup for Do You when we went to Vegas.
Right.
Just a little facts on that.
I
But
didn't go to
anyways,
that.
he's amazing. And so it's just like, oh, it's just so good. It's just so beautiful. And I think that I just love what Beyonce does for Black culture and for Black people. She uplifts them and she puts them on the platform, and it's, you know, she creates awareness and she creates celebration, and it's just amazing. I'm all for it.
I mean, I gotta give that a huge like thumbs up for sure.
Yeah, even you liked it, right? Or you were like,
well, okay, I'll say this. I think the Coachella story should be a whole nother episode.
Okay.
We'll have to talk about that Coachella trip.
Yes.
Where we saw Beyonce. I had never seen her before. I mean, I know who she is. You know, you gotta be crazy to now know who she is. But it's not really my music I gravitate
yeah, of
to.
course.
So
It's
when I
more
saw,
female music.
so when I saw her live, I you know, like I said, we could talk about it, but I'll give her respect. I'm underplaying it really badly right now, so
Yeah.
we can talk about it later. But like,
Because you were pretty blown away.
definitely thought it was like amazing, and then I actually went back and watched a couple of those, like
Oh, like Lemonade and stuff?
like Lemonade,
Uh-huh.
and then what was the one right between that and this? The point
I
is,
can't
I've
think of it
gone
right
back
now, but
because
I
they're
know
essentially music videos.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But I've gone back and watched them, and the production value is just top notch.
It
And
is.
I that you can win me over.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. That's
you
why.
know what I mean? If
like,
the video is good, if the production value is like really good or inventive, like I'll watch it.
I'll always pay, like, I'll pay for Beyonce. You know what I mean? Like like we get to go see a lot of free shows, and we're very blessed with that. But like Beyonce, like I will pay my top dollar to go see her shows. Like whatever my max is, which is like $200. I don't like to spend more than $200 on a show. But I'll pay for Beyonce. Like I will, because I just know it's going to be an incredible experience. And last year, actually, which we're getting ahead of ourselves, we should make a whole episode dedicated to Beyonce.
We can do that. Like I'm down. I'm not scared.
And talk about all our Beyonce.
I'm not scared to talk about Beyonce.
But I had taken. I'm gonna save this story. We're gonna save this story.
Yeah. The
Guys,
point is,
you gotta stay tuned.
Black is King is dope. You can find it on the Plus, on the Disney
Plus. Yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna save all this Beyonce. We're gonna talk about Beyonce in another episode because I got more to talk about, and I don't want to waste it right now. So I'm obsessed with that. That was amazing. Find Your Way Back is fucking incredible. It makes me want to put on every jewel I own in the house and go in the desert and dance because it's just so dope. Like the wardrobe in that, and then the choreography and the setting, and then even that song. It's like kind of based on when Simba is looking at the stars, and his dad is telling him like, "Find your way back. Remember who you are." Like that's kind of the inspiration of that song. So it's like, "Find your way back." It's just so good. Just go watch it. I'm obsessed. So that's what I'm obsessing over. The other thing, I'm not obsessing over, but it's something that we've been like kind of addicted to lately that we've been watching is Indian Matchmaker on Netflix.
Oh man, that is crazy. So I put on is it Indian Matchmaking or Matchmaker? I think it's Matchmaking.
Maybe Matchmaker.
Well, I don't know. It's all, again,
either way you'll find
Netflix
it.
Also not a sponsor of We Have a Weird Baby podcast.
Beyonce also not
sponsoring. Disney Plus also not sponsoring us.
We'll see.
If y'all have any of that Disney Plus connect, let them know that We Have a Weird Baby would like to go somewhere.
We can stop cursing. But yeah, anyways, it's this lady. She's been doing matchmaking for like 20 years, maybe even longer.
I don't know. It's
she's like an old school matchmaker.
Man, it's crazy. It was. I just put it on because we were like, we were eating, right?
I had seen it before and was like, oh, that's probably interesting because Indian culture is something that I know about, but I haven't seen firsthand glimpses of it. Like as far as like their arranged weddings and just that whole process. So I was like, that's probably really interesting to see. So you were scanning, and then I was like, yeah, let's put that on. And you're like, okay. And then we just started watching, and we could not stop.
I got sucked in. It was crazy. Ridiculous. I'm not even... I don't even understand it. It was just really funny because I think it's got to be said that right off the bat, it's not...
It's not set up.
Definitely made for, like quick consumption, like, you know what I mean? It's not teaching you anything really about Indian culture. Like, it's more of a less just kind of letting you see. It's a
glimpse into that process.
Yeah, like a glimpse into the arranged marriages. But it's really more of like a matchmaking thing where you hire this lady.
Right.
She comes and she looks at your house and she talks to you. And then you tell her kind of what you're looking for. And then she finds somebody, right? She
has her database of people. But
exactly.
It's actually not really, from what we were learning on the show, it's not arranged. Because they said there's only two marriages. A marriage or a love marriage.
Right.
That's how they distinguish
That's how it's described.
They don't call it, they themselves don't call it arranged marriage.
Right, of course.
So, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Like, I don't call, like, beans Mexican food. I just call it food.
You are so stupid.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, anyways.
But the point is that, like, what I liked about it, is, because I take everything as just, like, it's entertainment. Like,
right.
Whatever.
Face value.
You know what I mean? I like the fact that there are some very interesting people in it. Like, there's, like, the one that wears her heart on her sleeve.
Oh, yeah, Nadia.
That's Nadia, actually. That's
she was
right.
The best.
She had, like,
of course.
She has, like, a Padma vibe.
Yeah, super cute.
Yeah.
Bubbly. but then she got... I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
But she's good. And then there's like the one, Aparna, who's like a hard ass, and she's just like the worst. And her mom's like...
She was being rigid. Aparna was...
And then you've got that guy whose name I can't remember now either, whose mom is like, if you don't get married by this year, I'm going to pick a woman for you.
On the tip of my tongue.
Man.
He's like a mama's boy. And his mom is like, you need to get married. Like, your wedding is in December. So you need to find somebody to marry. Like, it's like totally backwards. Like, we're already planning your wedding, so you need to find somebody to marry.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And she's like basically saying that if he doesn't get married by the end of the year, he's going to throw off the older brother's life timeline because she wants them to have a baby.
Yeah, she has it all.
She has it all planned out. And they have to like follow that, and she like loses, and then she's on blood pressure medication, blaming it on them, telling them like, you're gonna kill me, like you're making my blood pressure go up. It's so hilarious. It's just so, and I mean that's what it is. It's a glimpse into other people's lives, a glimpse into a whole different culture that we don't know that much about, and it's interesting. It's so interesting.
And also the lady's face.
Which one?
The matchmaker.
Oh yeah.
The matchmaker.
What's her name? Sunita? No.
No. They call her Auntie Seema.
Seema?
Seema.
Okay. I don't remember.
Oh God, I hope that's it. Let us know. Send us an email.
He's being racist.
No. I think it was Seema, but her face betrays like her.
Well, she's a hard ass.
Because she knows what's up. She's like, look, this is what I do.
Yeah.
And she's really not about love. So like when the girls no, if you really watch it again, she's really like, love is not at the forefront of marriage. She goes, you'll fall in love, or you'll learn to love each other. That's what it is, because they're always like, I want this, and it's like, if I can't see myself loving her, and they're like, she's like, don't worry about that. Like, you need to be compatible, and then that'll happen.
But that's what it is. It's not that it's not about love. She's about a connection.
Exactly that.
No, I know, but she's about a connection. You don't think so?
No.
Because then why is she still matchmaking people and like setting them up when it doesn't work out? She's trying to find their match.
Right. She's working off of like stats, and she's like, yo, statistically this thing will match with this one. This thing. This person will match with this person.
Yes.
And it's like very like, because you can see her like when these girls and guys are like bringing up what you would call like very like not millennial, but like
what they want. Their
like what they want, their standards, and
like that one guy, all he cared about was looks.
Yeah, and she's
like, are they attractive?
You can see her, she rolls her eyes at the parents, everybody. It's amazing.
Can we talk about the guy that had his picture placed on the door handles of his doors? Like, what? I have never in my life seen someone's photo on a door handle.
Yeah,
that's how in love with himself he was.
It was like a long rectangular, like a door handle, right?
With his photo on it on both sides.
Wow,
dude. That was crazy.
And so in other words, watch Indian Matchmaking on Netflix. Let us know about that. That's too funny, man.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'm trying to see what else we have. Black is King, Indian Matchmaker. Those are my obsessions.
Yeah.
Okay, going back to what I was saying. I felt this like responsibility because everyone was like reaching out really sad that we were ending our podcast, and I felt bad about it. Mm-hmm. So I've never been one. I've been open about it, talked about it, that I'm not the best at social media. I'm not the best at like posting and just keeping up with that. But the podcast really changed that for me because it made me realize that, you know, what I share on there does reach people and it makes a difference. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we've discussed us wanting to do this show. And so now finally we were like, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's just sit down and do it. And it's like, you know, curing that little missing piece that I had from Ladies Like Us. It's like filling that void.
I mean, yeah, it's like we've been talking about doing this for a while, but you had your podcast and it was like in the swing, so it's just like trying to fit something else in there was getting a little hard. And then I also have a podcast. Shout out to the Gumbo Pod podcast. You guys can find that on iTunes as well.
With Nigel.
With Nigel Henderson, who's a chef, and that podcast's good, but we've had to slow down. So it's been harder to get guests.
Right.
Plus it's so food heavy, you know, COVID's been kind of really roughing up the food industry, like, you know, restaurants are closing, chefs. So it's, you know, that one took a little bit of like, we're trying to plan and get back into the swing of that one. But I figured you had this Ladies Like Us where you had a following of people that like to reach out and you want to keep reaching out to them. And I was like, yo, we've already had this show planned, why don't we just do it?
You'd like it.
You know what's crazy? I think I would.